Note to the reader. Some literary license has been taken with the facts, but only for artistic purposes, to better convey the drama of the human struggle for existential authenticity, and to serve the cause of justice, the dream of human fulfillment, and the hope for world peace. This tale is more or less based on an actual event. Introduction. Isn't it wonderful that we don't have a rule everyone must follow? Until last week, it never occurred to me to be grateful for the absence of a single rule everyone had to follow. All contestants had 2 minutes to respond to the question. The penalty for exceeding the time limit was death, that is disqualification. No contestant knew what the topic was until he/she entered the room and reached the podium. The speech. As soon as I heard the topic, I went off. My remarks were essentially as follows. This is what's wrong with the world today. People are looking for someone or some supernatural entity to tell them what the rule is, or more often, what the multiple rules are. The rule authors take many forms: kings, tyrants, dictators, and particularly gods, whose rules are enforced by power-hungry acolytes, who gain power, money, and/or status, enforcing the rule or rules. I want people to be responsible. I want everyone encouraged to develop the capability to consider, assess, analyze, study, and otherwise decide the merits of all rule proposals. I want the people to make the rules in the form of constitutions, laws, and so on, moderated and fine-tuned by representatives they choose. Like Ingersoll, I am opposed to all kings and nobles, all privileged classes, and all caste, no matter whether its foundation be wealth, title, or power. In addition, we all need to devise lifestyle rules or principles for our well-being that guide and promote the highest possible quality in our lives. At this point I was just warming up. I was on a fast-moving roll. I paid faint attention to color cards raised to signal time remaining. These are for speakers easily intimidated. The crowd was spellbound by my oration. Then applause was heard and cheers, and women climbed on chairs and began chanting my name, weeping. I started to wrap it up, but the room was out of control. Additional ideas on the topic came to mind, which I embellished with flowery rhetoric, and I finished with a coup de grace reference from Shakespeare to end furthermore the blasphemous conceit of a single rule. I was loving Toastmasters. The winner announced. After the final contestant, the judges came forward to announce the winner. I sat quietly, trying mightily to appear humble, but I knew this contest was no none at all. This prize was in my bag. Still I sat poker-faced. I decided I would not pound my chest or engage in the graceless kind of self-indulgent, unsightly celebrations common at NFL and other sporting events following touchdowns, sacks, and other heroics. I wondered not if I won, but rather if my impromptu remarks reminded anyone of Lincoln at Gettysburg, MLK's on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, or JFK's inaugural. Everyone must have known I was a shoo-in, the man who won the hearts and minds of the people, not just the judges. I confess I even entertained the possibility that a grateful scrum of Toastmasters might stage a parade around the room, with their champion on their shoulders. I resolved that I would act humbly, as if this kind of thing happened all the time. Alas, it was announced that there was one disqualification for a time violation. There was no parade. If there had been, I would have been but a torchbearer. Moral of this story. Focus on why your perspective matters, why those in the room, in the country, and throughout the world need to know more about your perspective, but keep to the time allotted. Resist entering a trance state, or being mesmerized by your eloquence. Remain grounded, centered, and aware of your surroundings, connected with realities, including all 3 parts of a speech, not just the beginning and the body of the talk. Also, if you have not tried it, consider showing up at a local Toastmaster club. Guests are always welcome, and unlike dropping in on a Scientology or Hare Krishna group, nobody will hound you to join. All good wishes.